Our first guest, and you've seen her as the judge of the brand new show Family Food Fight, and by the way, making history as the first ever female Iron Chef. Come on, give it up, everybody. In the kitchen making a burger like no other. Let's go, high five, and maybe a hug. How about a hug? There we go. Cat Cora's in the kitchen, everybody. Welcome her back.
Love you guys.
Great to see you, Cat. Great for you to be here. Listen, there are burgers, everybody. And then there's burgers that you make at your restaurant, Mesa Burger. I mean, tell us about the Mission Burger. One of them you're going to be making today.
I am. I'm making the Mission Burger and Mesa Burger. We opened in Santa Barbara, where we have a house, and we just opened our second location in Goleta, which is right down the road, and then we're about to open in Montecito. So we're expanding.
Good for you.
Congratulations. And the Mission is actually a landmark. It was, settled by the Spaniards in 17th century, and it's a real beautiful place. You guys, if you're ever in Santa Barbara, come check it out because
it's so beautiful.
Really pretty. Have you been there?
Yes, it's gorgeous.
Isn't it pretty?
It literally is one of the most beautiful buildings you've ever seen.
It really
You know what else
is.
is beautiful? The burgers that you guys are starting to dive into. Orly, Ken, Debbie, enjoying those already. Okay, Kat, let's get started.
Get this going.
First of all, we got our patties on the grill pan over here. They've been sitting on one side. How long should we have them on one side before we decide to flip them?
For medium rare, you want about, a couple minutes on each side.
Okay.
Flip them over, let them cook. Then I'm going to put the cheese right on them. So I'm doing a pepper jack, which I like the little kick, the little spice, right?
But that little spice kind of goes into the Mission Burger, right? Because you're going to be a little bit more of a Spanish flair, a little bit of spice in there. Right, good.
A little Spanish, Mexican flair there. So we're going to let that melt. And while we're doing that, I'm making a black bean aioli.
I mean, talk to me. What do we got going on?
Black bean aioli, this is so great because really it is a black bean puree. And I actually use this as a dip too, before I add the mayonnaise. If you don't want the mayonnaise in it and the vinegar, you can just use it as a bean dip.
When you see what goes in here, you'll see why. I mean, why wouldn't you? So fantastic. You got a little bit of garlic, is that right on there?
Garlic in there.
The olive oil?
Garlic, olive oil.
Okay.
And I'm gonna add in some onions right in. And then I'm adding in, basically it's just dumping everything right in, and then the black beans, and let them simmer for about 30 minutes. So jalapeno for that kick.
Okay.
And again, that's up to you. If you want less spice, you can do less. If you want more, add more. And then a little bit of
brown anything, or are you
gonna brown the onions, caramelize the onions, caramelize the garlic, let those get going, and then add in a little bit of chili powder in there, a little bit of cumin goes in. All those great spices that you smell.
That's right.
And there's all those really good.
Yeah, the flavor.
Spices.
Really is like there's so many layers of flavor on this burger.
And then do we wait to put the black beans in last? Is that
once everything is caramelized, and sizzling, and you got that real good flavor, then you add in your black beans right in.
Beautiful.
A little bit of water, just enough to cover the beans.
Okay.
Because you're going to use that. You're going to use that water to puree with, right?
Okay.
So just enough to cover. And then once you do that, it's simmered for 30 minutes, get all those flavors mixed up and meld together. Then you want to puree it.
Okay, so you can use a food processor, puree that. Do you have to let it cool down before you puree it, or you can just kind of pop it right in there, it's fine?
I actually just let it cool down right in the blender and just puree it.
Okay.
And then you can put it in a bowl and let it cool down some before you add the mayonnaise.
Got it. And then you'll end up with this guy right here.
We have it here, and then what you do.
And like you said, before you even do that, it could be a little dip right out. You know what I mean?
Check it out. This is great.
Amazing
if you're doing
dip just
that
like that.
layered dip. That's right. For a party, you can take it 4th of July. It's coming up. You can add that right in and take it to a party. As a little potluck.
So I'm gonna mayo. Could you use olive oil?
You could, but you really have the oil. You have the oil in there from the simmering, from when you're kind of caramelizing everything. So you really don't want to do that. If you have enough, if you've made the bean dip, you can just leave it as is and don't add the mayonnaise. But this is to make an aioli. So I'm going to add that, fold this right in, real gently here. And then I'm also going to add a little kick. I'm adding a little vinegar to it, which I like, a little acid to it. Yeah, a little kick to it.
So is the mayonnaise what makes an aioli an aioli? Like, is that the key ingredient?
Basically, an aioli is a mayonnaise. It's
just different types of flavors.
Exactly. We're just flavoring some mayonnaise.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds way more like elevated.
We're just using a pre-made mayonnaise.
Yeah.
But if you really want to get real ambitious, you can make the aioli and then add it. But there you go. You have your black bean aioli, and this is great on tacos, enchiladas, anything you want to, fish, veggies, whatever you want it for.
That would be amazing.
It's great on it. I've had it on there. So, I mean, this is 4th of July coming up. We're grilling. Put some burgers out there. Those look amazing. So
that's about ready. Wouldn't you say our timing is amazing with this?
I think it's fantastic.
And if it's not, it's going to have to be.
While you guys are building this burger, Kat, will you tell everybody about your show, Family Food Fight? This is such a great concept.
Oh my God, Family Food Fight. It is like my dream job. I mean, I'm there with my buddies, Aisha Curry and Graham Elliott. We're having a ball. We have 8 families that are from all walks of life that come together, and these are home cooks, so they are really passionate about everything they do when it comes to the kitchen. So it's really, these families are vying for the title of America's #1 food family and $100,000, but more importantly, they're just passionate.
Right.
$100,000. But more importantly, they're just passionate. I mean,
They like
Yeah, load that up.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a fun
Up a
show,
little
and
bit.
you're so good. You're so great at so many different
Thank you.
things.
We're
It's
having
so
a
true.
blast.
Yeah.
And it is just a really good time for all of us.
Well, we're going to show everybody what a great time it is. We have a clip
Thank you.
of an upcoming episode where one family seems to maybe have a leg up. Let's take a look.
We actually raise cows where I live, so we're very familiar with the ribeye steak.
We got this one nailed.
All right, Tammy, I've mixed up a marinade with just some fresh and some dried herbs.
That's the first thing I would do if I had this challenge is go right in with a marinade, get it on now, because you only have 45 minutes in this challenge.
We're going against the Lee family, and I think we got this.
That's the Nichols family.
Now,
Did they got it?
They're good. They're really
They're good?
They're going. Well, they're from the South. I mean,
So-
they're going after it.
They know how to make a ribeye.
I just want to tell everybody how we top this off. What do we got on here? We
we need
obviously
some
got the
more of
aioli
this,
sauce, more of those, some lettuce,
Yes.
a little bit of salsa.
Some jalapenos, some pickled jalapenos, and then finish it with some tortilla chips. And that's that crunch you get, which is so, who doesn't love that? And then you smash it. You know, it's like one of those sandwiches you used to make with potato chips in it.
So good.
Smash it,
Oh,
and
you don't have to
then
tell him
go
twice.
right in.
I know about that. Amber's definitely a carnivore. He really loves a good burger.
How is it?
You're amazing.
Is it good?
This is
You have to
amazing.
taste it.
Oh, my
Yes,
goodness.
I am. Oh, I'm
Taste the fruits
tasting
of your
it.
labor, my friend.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
We
All
love
right.
you. As always, the full recipe is available on HallmarkChannel.com. And be sure to watch Kat on Family Food Fight next Thursday at 9, 8 Central.